Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, with that, you are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug something, chat true crime,
Mucinex.
and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents.
Holy shit.
I'm
are
Lucy. I'm
hanging-
drinking my candle.
I'm Amanda. We are hanging on by a thread.
A thread. We did a little mini tour last week. Almost killed Amanda. Physically. She's got literal walking pneumonia now. I told her to steer clear of the boogie woogie flu.
Fine. We're going to keep that content going for you guys. We know you need it.
Also,
we know
just
you
heard-
need the content.
Also, just heard one of our other close friends, I won't name names, has like an esophageal
Nutcracker throat. Nut throat.
nutcracker throat. It
Ugh.
literally, the food doesn't
Go
get
down.
all the way down to your gut. It just
And it
sits.
causes like symptoms that
Horrible.
mimic the feeling of a heart attack.
Dude.
So they thought they were having like a heart episode. It's terrifying. We are falling the fuck apart. We're approaching 40 in the wagon has lost 2 out of 4 wheels.
It's a jalopy.
We have one wheel front driver's side. We've got one wheel back passenger side.
We're balancing for our lives.
We're careening toward 40 at a pace that is not normal.
It's not safe.
And
And it filled to the brim like, what is it, Beverly Hillbillies style.
yes,
With
overflowing with
trauma,
crap.
clutter,
Ugh.
tchotchkes.
The current political climate.
Ugh.
A dash of
impending-
pneumonia.
The impending end of the American experiment. The planet.
You know.
The ozone. The ice caps.
Listen.
Permafrost.
I am going to say something real right now.
Oh, God.
I used to have a real, and I mean, I still do to some degree, have a really intense fear of death, like an actual phobia of death.
Yeah, you do. You don't like it.
But the longer this all gestures wildly goes on, the less afraid I am of death. I'm like, ooh,
A
wait,
little more appealing
Hold
every
on.
day.
well, hear me out.
Is this ideation?
Are these intrusive thoughts?
Technically, but
Maybe.
you know.
It wouldn't be my first rodeo, people. But these
This
ones
is a-
feel calmer. These ones feel like a gentle, don't worry. It couldn't possibly be worse than this. It's fine.
It's like the Wendy Williams clip. And she's like, well, it could always be worse. No. Is that true? That can't be right.
R.I.P. Queen. What an icon. What a problematic queen. I love her.
She is of the moment.
I mean,
Okay.
what are we
speaking
talking
of,
about?
Well, we've got a very special fin pick for you.
Yeah.
This is from Delia.
Hello,
I
Delia.
love your catalog.
Oh, take me back. Take me
Delia.
back to a ballpoint pen that's running out of ink and a Delia's catalog on a Tuesday night.
You sprint for that kitchen junk drawer, pull out a nasty pen.
No, I just started ripping. If the pen ran out of ink, I'm ripping pages out. I'm just
I
ripping
think
whole pages
I used
out.
to make full collages
Ugh.
for my Christmas lists and
my
like my
God.
back to school.
Yes.
hmm
Oh, that was such a...
And then once my mom
Innocent
placed
time.
the order, I would go back through and draw pictures of the outfits that I was going to wear.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that. You little freak.
I
What a
know.
kink.
I have actually, I bet I could find one. I'm not going to do it right now, obviously. But
You saved
like
them?
in an old sketchbook. Oh, I'm sure. If I've had sketchbooks from when I was like pretty young, just because I don't want to throw them away.
No, those
'cause
are good treasures to hold on to, for sure.
There's also perfectly good paper left in them.
Yeah.
Waste not.
Want not.
Anyway, Delia of the catalog Fortune, I assume, has chosen the topic of awful authors.
Y'all, forcing me to learn things about people I never paid attention to in my damned life.
Yes.
Now I know too much.
I didn't know about any of these particular ones. I'm doing a few little shallow dives so we can all lose respect for our idols.
Leave no idol unturned. 'Tis the wine and crime way.
We'll wreck your worldview in under 90 minutes.
Destroying your idols one obnoxious episode at a time.
They're way longer
And one
than 90
day
minutes,
we'll
too.
become your idols, and then we'll have to destroy ourselves.
Fine with me. We were just talking about the sweet release.
Release of death. I'm so high right now.
Sometimes it's a mercy.
Yeah.
All right. Don't kill yourself.
No.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, we want y'all here, including myself. I want all of me here. To be clear, I don't need anyone sending anyone to check on me. I'm okay.
No.
I'm just so tired.
I just want to check on you. Because sometimes I like to FaceTime you out of the blue.
This is true, and you're the only FaceTime cold call I will answer. You and on occasion my sister, depending on the time of day.
It's her birthday today.
It is her birthday today as we record this. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday, Ashley. I
50
thought about
years
texting
old.
you and I didn't.
She looks amazing for 50,
She's
doesn't
50?
she? No.
She does look incredible for
She
for
does
65.
protect you, Kim. She does protect you.
She does protect you, Kim. Okay. Awful authors. Let's just
Do it.
dive right in.
Can we just fucking do it?
Let's fucking do it. Amanda, what is our wine crime pairing for awful authors?
Well, Delia continues to bless us because she wanted a non-alcoholic beverage today, whether that be an NA beverage of my choice or a mocktail, whatever. I didn't have it in me to do a mocktail. I do have something lovely that I'm very excited about. But I was just, as I was thinking about this, I thought about the last time I went out with friends. It was me and my husband, and then my husband's best friend and his wife, John and Ananta, hi, shout out, who have become some of my best friends as well. We went to see a show at First Ave, Purity Ring. It was fucking amazing. I have to send you so many videos of their stage setup. It was so bizarre and so cool. It was I was super high and I was just glazed over and amazed the whole time. But before we went to the show,
God.
we had this great dinner at Rosalia in Northeast Minneapolis. They also have a location in Linden Hills, and they have a mocktail menu that is to die for. And I wanted, Ananta and I really wanted espresso martinis, but I knew that I was only sticking to weed and I didn't want to drink. So she got the regular espresso martini and I got their mocktail version of it. The name of it is escaping me, but it was one of the best cocktails I have had in ages. It didn't taste like NA. And Ananta even actually let me do a side-by-side taste test of her version and mine. And I you could barely tell the difference between the two. It was so well crafted and so well balanced. And I just am very appreciative that more restaurants are providing NA options on their menus in such a well thought out and unique and curated way. That's not just it's a virgin daiquiri. They're so cool. So I just wanted to give a blanket shout out to mocktails in general and the restaurants that are putting those on their menu. Cause I'm not even a sober person from alcohol, but I still often choose weed and that I don't drink. And it's this is the best to have all this cool stuff.
I like the alcohol-free spirits because then if you I had an NA margarita that was made with alcohol-free tequila, which of course it's not 100% alcohol-free, but it's
trace
enough.
amounts, yeah.
But then you get that little burn in your belly. It's oh, that's the best part about a cocktail, I think. It's just, it kind of feels you feel like you're drinking alcohol and you kind of get that same little sting effect.
It's the best.
So it's nice.
So shout out to Delia for wanting to pair something NA, and I have something delicious to share with you. And you can get it at Costco, our favorite fucking place. And that's the Old Keg Premium Butterscotch beer for all ages, non-alcoholic.
Wow, that's nice.
Old Keg is owned by Orca Beverage Company, not Killer Whale Beverage Company. Orca
Her
Beverage
shirt said
Company.
Killer Whale. That was
That was one of my favorite moments of the tour. Inside joke.
I got
she knows.
reprimanded. I got reprimanded for commenting on someone's shirt and saying, I love killer whales. And this person was like, don't call them that.
I
That's
said it. I
propaganda."
started yelling at you. All three of us did.
Well, then, yes. Then everyone else piled on. And I was like, I was literally reading the shirt. It said killer whale right over it. So I got my vengeance.
She ran through the bar screaming, what is that? Not resurrection.
Totally redeemed myself.
Redemption. Total redemption. Not resurrection.
I knew what you meant.
Anyway, this is a like classic style soda, and the Orca Beverage Company makes a ton of like craft vintage sodas, and this is definitely a diabetic's fucking nightmare. It's got 46 grams of carbs in it. So
Nice.
I did preemptively take a boatload of insulin for this. And I just checked. I am steadily declining. So this is the perfect time for me to crack this open. Yeah, Orca Beverage Co. It's out of Washington State. You can check them out at orcabeverage.com. These are available at Costco. The number one ingredient is carbonated water. And then it's made with pure cane sugar, natural and artificial flavors, caramel color, phosphoric acid, sodium benzenate preservative, and stevia extract. And then it does have like a tiny bit of dairy, I think, to add like a creaminess to it.
My lord.
So I'm going to crack it open because it's like a little bottle cap. What?
I love dairy with my carbonated beverages.
Okay, actually though, my friend and I were working brunch together a couple weeks ago, and she was like, we were chugging Diet Cokes to wake up in the morning, and she was like, you have to try that with half and half in it. And I was like, what? Like the Mormons do in Utah? Like everybody like the dirty soda. And she was like, yeah, I always scoffed at it too. And then somebody forced me to try it. And she's like, it's like my favorite morning beverage now. And I tried it. Bitch, it slaps.
I would try like Dr. Pepper with a little bit of half and half.
Delicious, delicious. But I tried it with a Diet
like a White
Coke.
Russian.
It was so good. It kind of tasted like an iced coffee. So this is something I would totally add milk to. This is something I would also totally make into a float. Like put vanilla ice cream in the butterscotch beer. Come on. Let's fucking go. So yeah, let's crack this bitch. Hold on. Oh God. Oh no. For the people. Oh, I got it.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh, it smells good. It smells like
I've
butter.
got bunch of crunch. I'll try to resist crunching my bunches while we're recording.
Holy shit, that's good. Whoa. Hold on now.
Dang it. I've never been more sad that we're not in the same room.
This is really good. And honestly, it's sweet, don't get me wrong, but like I thought it was going to be so sweet that it would be like disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
The cane sugar.
Good balance.
Oh, it's got the salty and sweet butterscotch. It's good. It tastes like good butterscotch.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, let's take a break to hear a quick word from our sponsors. I'm blown away. I can't talk. Unless, of course, you are a member of Wine and Crime Uncorked, and you're getting these Eppies ad-free, as well as a boatload of bonus content. So come join us over there. If you're not over there yet, there's so much to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, BRB.
We all know that as adults, we should take control of our finances, but it's really hard to know where to start. Rocket Money gives you the clarity and confidence to take that first big, important step, helping you cut wasteful spending and take meaningful action towards your financial goals.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money is so easy to use. Their dashboard is amazing. It shows you all your expenses in one place, including subscriptions that you may have forgotten about and other just like recurring payments. It's got bills. It like knows when money is coming in, when money is scheduled to go out. It's a really nice, clear picture. And if you see a subscription that you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. And like I said, the dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays. So you can take a look and be like, okay, I'm getting paid on this day, and then these bills are coming up. I know I'll have this much left in my account. I can transfer this much to savings. Like, it is so intuitive and so helpful. It does it in a way that's super easy to digest without being really overwhelming. And you can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. So if you've got a goal that you'd like to save for, Rocket Money can analyze your accounts to find the best time each month to put extra money aside. I love that. It's like having a little financial genius in your pocket to go, hey, you're going to get this money and you don't have a ton of bills this month, stick $100 in your savings. Okay, girl, I'm on it. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. The app automatically scans your bills to find opportunities to save and then goes to work to get you better deals. They'll even talk to customer service so you don't have to. You'll get alerts if bills increase in price, if there's unusual activity on your accounts, if you're close to going over your budget, and even when you're doing a great job, they give you positive reinforcement. It's so nice. Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion, including over $880 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/gals today. That's rocketmoney.com/gals, rocketmoney.com/gals.
Winter is arriving. It's right around the corner, and I have the same struggles in the winter as I often do in the summer. I'm waking up either sweaty or freezing or just plain uncomfortable. And frankly, the temperature in your bedroom can make or break your sleep. And that is why I am always so happy when Miracle Made sheets are in my laundry rotation. They are the best. They're inspired by NASA technology and use silver-infused temperature-regulating fabric to help you sleep perfectly all night long.
Yeah, so if you're a hot sleeper or a cold sleeper, it doesn't matter. These sheets are going to help keep you in that comfort zone all night long, that sweet spot. And also, thanks to their antibacterial silver technology, Miracle Made sheets stay cleaner and fresher up to 3 times longer than regular sheets. They're not going to smell like a boy's dormitory in just a few short nights. You know what I mean? And that means fewer odors, fewer wash cycles, and way less laundry. Who couldn't use that? They also feel amazing. These are my favorite sheets that I have in my rotation. They feel as good, if not better, than sheets that you'd find at a 5-star hotel, but without that steep price tag. Bedding can get very expensive.
It really can.
Miracle Made is so worth it. They are smooth, breathable, and ridiculously comfortable. And they're also great for your skin because all that hidden bacteria in your regular sheets can clog your pores, cause breakouts. Miracle Made's antibacterial design helps you sleep cleaner and clearer night after night.
So upgrade your sleep or give the gift of better rest. Go to trymiracle.com/gals to try Miracle Made sheets today. You'll save over 40%. And when you use promo code GALS, you'll get an extra 20% off, plus a free 3-piece towel set. They make an amazing gift. And with a 30-day money-back guarantee, there is no risk. That's trymiracle.com/gals, code GALS at checkout. And thanks to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode. All right, we're back. I'm sipping on Old Greg keg.
Old Greg.
And it is delish. So while I sip, will you share with us what you have this week for awful asshole authors? Awful assholes authors.
Awful authors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sure will. So, like I said, I got 3 little shallow dives for us.
Okay.
These first 2 I was unfamiliar with. So I'm going to start out with Orson Scott Card.
Such a card.
Have you heard of this author?
No.
Have you heard of the novel Ender's Game?
Yes.
It's the author of Ender's Game.
Okay.
Which started out as like a short story. I think it was originally published in 1977, but then he made it into a whole novel in 1985. It's basically about space war.
Yeah, it's sci-fi.
It's sci-fi. So Card grew up Mormon.
Oh,
It's the second
you don't
time we've
say.
mentioned Mormonism. Oh,
The
my God, it's
Morms.
giving me the thumbs up again.
It's whatever program this is also happy about Mormons.
About dirty soda.
Mhm.
I hate saying the word soda, but I can't say dirty pop because that's
Dirty
a whole
pop.
different thing. So he grew up Mormon, and not just Mormon, but like super Mormon, because one of his ancestors was literally Brigham Young.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Mormons claim that, though, because there's so much happening in the lineages of those Mormon families.
That's very true. But there was a list of like 4 or 5 prominent Mormons,
Yeah.
and some of them had the last name Card, so that makes me think
And
that was
only
a more
Mormons
direct.
who are super Mormon would even, like, care or boast about that. So
Yeah.
even him just being out and proud about it kind of reaffirms how deep into the Mormon faith he's gotten.
Have you heard of the Mormon flip?
No.
Apparently Mormons like across the board are really good at doing like front flips and back flips just off the ground.
What? Well, aren't Mormons like super into physical fitness because of the tenets
their
of like
bodies are the temple. Yeah, but
Ugh,
like all
weird.
like especially all the boys know how to do a front flip to like
Oh
attract
my god,
a
like
mate.
Blim Blarquart in our high school.
Totally. Was he Mormon?
I don't know, but
He could do a front flip with the best of them. He was a little
that poor
acrobat.
kid would get rolled out on stage to end every fucking musical theater production we did just to do a couple of back flips or front flips during a big choreographed scene, and then he'd be sent on his way. Full makeup,
back
full costume.
into obscurity.
Back into obscurity.
He was in my math class. We made him do flips in the classroom.
Unbelievable.
He can do them in a really tight, small
He
space.
sure could. He sure
Yeah.
could. I wonder where he is now. I don't think he
Wonder
was
if
at
he's
the reunion.
I wonder if he's like a jockey. He was really good at math.
Yeah.
He's either a mathematician or a jockey.
Mm.
So back to the Mormons, his dad ended up teaching at BYU. So again, just very enmeshed in the community, even though he grew up mostly in like California,
Mhm.
but then obviously moved to Utah. So Orson is a registered Democrat, but he supported John McCain in 2008 and Newt Gingrich in 2012.
Ish.
And of course, he voted for Trump in 2016.
Mhm.
He was a very vocal supporter of the United States war on terror.
Oh, great.
He submitted op-eds to conservative publications. And before social media, his political views weren't necessarily like in the spotlight, but they were indeed long held.
Yeah.
In
He'd always been like
1990
that. No, just nobody was fucking listening to him then.
Right. And then the movie came out in, I think, 2013. So things just sort of were brought to the surface.
Yeah, he was no longer in obscurity.
In 1990, he published an essay called A Changed Man, The Hypocrites of Homosexuality.
Okay.
It was first
What?
published in Sunstone magazine, which is a Mormon magazine. Which is
Great.
probably why it didn't get a lot of virality in the 90s. And it was republished in his own collection of nonfiction essays, which is called A Storyteller in Zion.
Great.
In the essay, he argued that laws against homosexual behavior should not be, quote, indiscriminately enforced against anyone who happens to be caught violating them, but used only when necessary to send a clear message to those who flagrantly violate society's regulation.
So it's like, if they're being real secretive about it, and they happen to
If
get
they're not
caught,
shoving it in your faces,
yeah, then that don't, you don't have to do anything. But if they're like holding hands in public, or
if they're in a parade,
living their authentic selves out loud,
corrupting our children.
punishable by law.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Cool stance, bro.
Yeah. In 2004, he questioned the notion that homosexuality was purely innate or a genetic trait as opposed to a choice.
Oh, whoa. No one's ever thought about that.
And he also asserted that a range of environmental factors also contributed to its development, including being a victim of child abuse.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Spot on.
That's how we get the gays.
Sure.
They've all been traumatized into it.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a bit more extreme about legalizing same-sex marriage.
Great.
Writing that relationships between same-sex couples would always be different from those between opposite-sex couples, and that if a government were to say otherwise, heterosexually married people would, quote, act to destroy that government as their, quote, mortal enemy, and, quote, it is that insane constitution, not marriage, that will die.
Bro, what if I told you that we don't fucking care who marries who? Like, it does not affect anything about your life, your religion, your existence. No one cares. Why are you thinking about this so much?
Why?
Like,
It's
what's
gay
wrong
that
with
you care.
No.
Why are the gays living rent-free?
Rent-free in your head. No one else is thinking about the gays this much.
Are the evil gays in the room with us
right now?
Oh
Are
my God.
our mortal enemies in the room with us right now? Because statistically,
maybe. I also saw a bunch of people saying that he was just like horrifically racist also, which I feel like is not a big stretch.
oh,
but
that
I didn't
probably
find
tracks.
I didn't find any specific instances in my admittedly shallow research into this person.
Right. Well, fuck that guy.
Well, in 2013, a movie adaptation of Ender's Game was released by Lionsgate, and the New York City-based nonprofit group Geeks Out organized a boycott of the film, drawing a lot of attention to Card's extreme views toward the queer community.
Wow. Good
so
for them.
it was largely due to them publicizing and saying, hey, you guys, this guy's an asshole.
Goddamn right. Honestly, this is why it's important to talk about shit like this, because like Lucy and I both texted each other earlier today. Like, these are names that we recognize, but we have not read the works of and know nothing about. And it's like, if it weren't for, you know, the communities that they directly harmed being like, no, people need to fucking know about them, then we wouldn't really know any of this crap.
Especially because, like, he is a sci-fi writer. The next person I'm going to talk about is a fantasy writer. And a lot of folks who feel marginalized in their everyday lives frequently find release and relief and comfort in these sci-fi fantasy books.
It can be devastating.
So,
Look at fucking J.K. Rowling. Like,
and
broke a
like,
lot of fucking hearts with her bigotry bullshit. But better that the fandom know so they can cut off her fucking, you know, bigotry money supply.
There's a lot to debate and consider, too, when we're talking about, like, separating the art from the artist. Because if you know this information, then choosing to pay to see their movies or even just consuming their books, even if there's not a monetary exchange, it's no longer, like, a question of, like, moral neutrality.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah, it's a direct act at that point.
And it's not to say that, like,
reminder, there is a new Harry Potter series coming out on HBO that we are not watching.
Oh my God.
Don't watch it.
It's up to you to watch it, consume it, whatever. Obviously, I think giving them money and absorbing their works are two different things, sort of, like, motive-wise. But you have to remember that art is not created in a vacuum, that these people, even if they are producing something that you feel is, like, very beneficial to you and your life and your beautiful mind, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of how these people's actual worldviews might color some of what they create, and in turn, what you are absorbing. So, the art versus the artist thing, we could debate it all day long.
Not
At the end of
about
the day,
Rowling,
it's-
though, because she does get money from the views that HBO series gets, and that money is going directly to harm trans communities. So that's different than like picking your old Harry Potter book up off the shelf and reading it again for the first time in 20 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Consuming their stuff and giving them money are two kind of different things.
Right,
because giving them money, especially someone as egregious as J.K. Rowling, there's very little room for excuses doing that these days.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
So, of course, the producer of Ender's Game and Lionsgate were like, well, we had no idea. We didn't know about his political views. The movie doesn't have anything to do with that. You can still see the movie. That's just the guy who wrote the book back in the 70s.
It was a different time.
But also, you know, Geeks Out did a lot of really important uncovering exposure, just generally making sure that people who cared were informed of, what they might have been giving a few bucks to.
Good
So
for
it did
them.
end up with a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll just point that out there.
Hell yeah.
Okay, the next author I'm going to talk about, big trigger warning for child essay.
Oh, no. Ugh, God. Okay.
Okay, so this author is Marion Zimmer Bradley. She is the fantasy author. She wrote The Mists of Avalon.
No. Oh, no. I never read
I
the
know.
books, but I did love the miniseries on TV.
I read the book at least one of them, and then also just lived off of the aesthetic for a good 4 years, at least. So she also wrote a 34-part series called Sword and Sorceress. She wrote like a trillion books. She died in 1999. And after her death, her daughter, Moira Grayland, went public with her accusation that her mother sexually abused her for years and years.
Oh, my God.
So she said, quote, "The first time she molested me, I was 3. The last time I was 12 and I was able to walk away. She was cruel and violent as well as completely out of her mind sexually. I am not her only victim, nor were her only victims girls." And then she refers to a man named Walter. That's her dad. "I put Walter in jail for molesting one boy. Walter was a serial rapist with many, many, many victims.
Oh, my God.
I named 22 to the cops.
Oh, my God.
But Marion was far, far worse."
So they were like in it together as a married couple, kind of?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And they had multiple children.
This is crazy. This is like some Epstein shit.
I know. It is Ghislaine Maxwell. Like,
What the fuck?
it's her daughter. It's her fucking daughter.
Oh, God.
So Moira Grayland, writing to The Guardian, which is where this information was sourced, said that she had not spoken out before, quote, "because I thought that my mother's fans would be angry with me for saying anything against someone who had championed women's rights and made so many of them feel differently about themselves and their lives."
Oh, my
Because
God.
Miss of Avalon was like feminist.
Yeah, matriarch
like King
hero.
Arthur, knights, and it was a formative book.
Yeah. Holy shit.
She goes on to say, "I didn't want to hurt anyone she had helped, so I just kept my mouth shut."
Oh, that breaks my fucking heart.
I know.
Oh, my God.
So Moira, who is now a harpist, singer, and opera director, said it was now clear to her that, quote, "One reason I never said anything is that I regarded her life as being more important than mine, her fame more important, and assuredly the comfort of her fans as more important. Those who knew me knew the truth about her, but beyond that, it didn't matter what she had done to me as long as her work and her reputation continued."
Wow. Oh, my God.
Not to say that child predators look a certain way. However, I want you to go to the drive and look at a picture of Marion
I'm scared.
because she looks like a fucking librarian. Marion the librarian.
Oh, my God.
Like, she's just a oldish mom author.
I mean,
she looks
yeah,
like your friend's mom.
She looks. You would never notice her in a room full of people.
Yeah.
Which sounds really fucked up, but she just looks. She's very plain, and just kind of looks like any Midwestern mom over the age of 55.
Yeah. Isn't that? It
White
just makes
mom,
it
that is.
even more insidious, if you can imagine. Okay, so a lot of this broke on the blog of author Deirdre Sorsha Moen.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled, some of my quotes came from that, but that's where she was able to sort of post, Moira was able to post her own words, was on that blog.
Okay.
And then, so also, while Moira was growing up, her mom had an editor named Elizabeth Waters, who sometimes went by Lisa, but Elizabeth and Lisa, Elizabeth is spelled with an S, so I guess it works. So she edited the Sword and Sorceress books, that 34-part series, from the 22nd installment in 2007.
Okay.
So maybe she didn't grow up with her, but
they had a close relationship for a long time.
Lisa and the author were, yes.
Yeah.
It had a very, very close working relationship. So Lisa worked as Bradley's assistant. So Bradley meaning, why don't I remember her first name? Marion. Marion Bradley. So she worked as Marion's assistant. And when Marion was incapacitated with health problems, Lisa Waters actually wrote significant portions of her novels.
Oh, wow.
So they had a very much an overlapping, increasingly overlapping identity almost. At times, Lisa's closeness to Bradley had prompted serious criticism. In 1997, Kenneth Smith, who had been one of Walter Breen's, so Moira's dad, Ken had been one of Walter's victims as a child.
Okay.
So Kenneth attempts to sue both Lisa Waters and Bradley on the grounds that they had been complicit in allowing Walter to molest Kenneth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these women,
as they should
fully
be,
fucking knew what this guy was doing
and didn't do shit about it. In fact, at least one of them was also abusing children.
Yeah.
So why would she tell?
So
they should have their fucking they should be sued the pants off of. That's crazy.
So Waters and Bradley, the two women, responded with an attempt to countersue Ken's mother.
Oh,
Mary Mason. They did not succeed, but fuck you.
Yep.
In 1999, the same year that Bradley died, Ken Smith's stepfather, Stephen Golden, assembled a website with details on the case. So this is some of that stuff because he made a full detailed timeline that runs from Walter Breen's, the father's, first conviction in 1954.
Damn.
He was first accused and I think went to jail for child abuse.
Yeah, decades ago.
Yeah. So from 1954 through Bradley's death in 99. So he also published parts of the deposition that Lisa Waters made during the legal battle, and he highlighted a number of excerpts that he found significant. So here are some of those. Lisa reported that Marion said, if Walter ever did this again, meaning assault his own daughter, she would divorce him. But Marion was a professional writer. She knew that the word again meant that it had happened previously. And Marion had prior knowledge of past incidents of child abuse by Walter and did nothing to stop him. Lisa also saw a letter from Walter to his therapist in which Walter claimed that being around a certain teenage boy made him feel a certain way. A really gross word. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
This was years before Ken appeared on the scene, but Lisa did nothing about it. Lisa asked Walter about Ken. Why do you have a teenage boy hanging out around you? And Walter said, Ken doesn't care. And anyway, he's not a virgin.
Oh, God.
Marion's daughter, Moira, told Lisa that Walter had raped her when she was 5 years old.
So both of her parents have done this to her.
Yes, both of her parents.
My God.
And she told Lisa, her mom's editor, who was there all the fucking time, and Lisa assumed that Moira was lying and didn't do anything else.
Wow.
Moira also told her that her mother had touched her inappropriately in the shower when she was 9. When Lisa asked Marion about it, Marion never denied it, but she merely made a bizarre comment that girls that age don't have erogenous zones. That was her version of a denial.
Oh my God.
Isn't that fucking horrific?
This is like some of the worst shit I've ever fucking heard. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
The Mists of Avalon. It's bizarre.
Oh.
Okay. That is essentially a rundown of the accusations. Also, Marion tied Moira to a chair and threatened to pull all of her teeth out with a pair of pliers as a form of punishment, just scaring the shit out of her child.
Ugh.
Okay, so Ken's stepfather, the one who built this website, he wrote, quote, "And as for myself, I feel Lisa Waters is a disgusting excuse for a human being, a woman who leeched off of Marion for decades and will take the most outrageous, pointless, and petty actions to try to preserve the value of the Bradley estate so she can continue to leech off of it even after Marion's death." So there are accusations also that Walter had relationships with a 12 and 13-year-old boy sex workers that were produced for him by a group of clergymen led by Archbishop Mikhail Itkin. So why not throw the Catholic Church in here too? This story has fucking everything. It's horrible.
That is some of the most outlandish shit I have ever fucking heard in my life.
Mm-hmm. And then you look at the stuff like the Epstein files and it's like, how did people get away with this? Like the ripple effects are so massive, but like this
because society
shit
doesn't
happens.
care. It's crazy.
It happens in darkness. This woman lived a fairly public life.
Yeah.
And we didn't hear about this till after she was dead. And that's because her daughter came forward because her mother was dead and she probably felt like,
safe
okay,
enough
I
to
can
do so.
do this now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know if that's how she felt. I'm not trying to put words in her mouth. But she didn't come forward till after her mom was dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good Lord.
The depiction of Lisa Waters in Moira's 2018 autobiography called The Last Closet, The Dark Side of Avalon corroborates basically what's on this website.
Yeah.
So she writes, quote, "Elizabeth spent 2 decades at Marion's side and in her bed and helped her cover up some of Walter's crimes."
Yeah.
When Lisa first...
I think Lisa was not only sleeping with Marianne or whatever the lady's name was, but I think I think she might have been in on some of the childhood abuse. Maybe not with the kids in the house, but like in the ring
only
that they were running.
Essentially facilitating it by not telling anyone.
Good Lord.
When Lisa first arrived, I had been so full of hope. This is so heartbreaking. I had been so full of hope that she would be more like a real mother. Instead, she followed mother into every bizarre fad and behaved like an empty-headed nincompoop when there were people all around her who needed saving.
Oh my God. Yeah, she thought maybe I have an ally now. Someone who will care about me.
So she basically writes that Lisa Waters was responsible for 2 main evils, saying, quote, "I have described the first evil in detail. Lisa manipulated my mother and laid the groundwork for her eventual theft of a publishing empire. But the second evil dwarfs it. The first is only money, where the second is blood and souls. Lisa feigned ignorance, refusing to stop my father from molesting children no matter how much I pleaded with her." Isn't that fucking terrible?
I'm speechless. This is nuts.
Yeah. 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 So that was arguably the worst of my 3.
Oh my God.
As far as content-wise.
Sure.
But my last and final dive, and this one really stings, is about Roald Dahl.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that he was
like
pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. Wasn't he like super anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
Like Nazi level. Yeah. It's not.
We're gonna
It's
get
not
to it.
fucking good, dude.
It's not great. Okay,
No.
so most of this is from a 2021 Time magazine article. To many, Roald Dahl is the genius behind some of the world's most beloved children's books, including Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, and the BFG. But since his death in 1990, a dark side of the author's personal life has raised questions about his life's work and legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Despite Dahl publicly admitting that he was anti-Semitic in an interview shortly before his death at the age of 74, and the existence of a number of reports of his alleged misogyny and racism, for a long time, it seemed that the immense popularity of his books and their accompanying adaptations overshadowed concerns regarding his reputed prejudices. In recent years, some have sought to shine a brighter light on the troubling nature of Dahl's personal views. Puffin Books, a children's imprint of Penguin Books, came under fire in February for working with the Roald Dahl Story Company, which was acquired by Netflix in 2021 for a reported $1 billion.
Good Lord.
Because it got them the right to like 16 of his titles.
For remakes and shit. Yeah.
To rewrite new editions of Dahl's children's books to remove language related to race, gender, weight, and mental health that today's readers might deem offensive. In a statement,
he'd been deeply edited after the fact, right?
Yeah, we'll get to it. In a statement, the Roald Dahl Story Company said the decision was made to ensure that, quote, Dahl's wonderful stories and characters continue to be enjoyed by all children today. However, some within the publishing industry have criticized the updated works as an act of censorship. So there's another thing to debate about responsible consumption of works from problematic people. Like if you try to kind of go clean them up later on, who is deciding what's inappropriate? Where is the line of what is inappropriate and what is appropriate? Like, at what point is it not that person's work anymore? And then also, I just keep going back to how many kids grew up reading the BFG. And if that's not there anymore, or like you think about, you know, if we just all stop reading it, we stop publishing it, we stop buying it, we don't have it anymore, it goes away. Well, then in 100 years, there's going to be a kid who could really see themselves in Ender's Game or The Witches or James or, you know, something. And then that book's not there because nobody's perfect. Nobody's all good or all bad. And I am not defending these people at all. But I am saying, like, where do we draw the line of what's acceptable?
Yeah, it's hard to know because I'm also somebody.
Clearly, these things are unacceptable, but like,
I'm also somebody who
if a
cares
gay
about
author,
preserving
like-
media and preserving media for like, you know, all who have made some sort of impact. And yeah, I don't know. It's just tough. Like knowing that Netflix bought those rights in 2021, that wasn't that long ago. And now this information is widely known and they're still probably going to make a ton of money off of new adaptations of Roald Dahl stories. Like we can make a decision to not engage with that content. So it's like not making the decision not to engage with that content doesn't mean we want to burn books. It means now that we know, we move forward with change behavior to do better. We can't go back and undo the dollars spent, you know, watching Matilda on VHS over and over again as a kid, you know, but I can make a decision now knowing that if these reboots do come down the pipeline, that I'm not going to engage with them. That's kind of all you can do. There's no other, you know, there aren't like a lot of rules about this shit. I mean, like, you could buy fucking Mein Kampf on Amazon if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like you could choose not to engage with that media while also not immediately calling for it to not exist, because then we are just applying practices of the oppressor in, just on a different side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And it sucks because that means that as human beings, we have to exist with all of these different and in many cases deeply harmful things out there that people say and engage with and believe.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't eradicate the human condition.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strange thing to wrestle with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so similarly to that card, the Ender's Game dude, the controversy surrounding Dahl's personal views began to gain steam in 2018. So he passed away a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the British Royal Mint rejected a proposal to mark the 100th anniversary of Dahl's birth with a commemorative coin.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody had an idea, and then somebody at the Mint was like, hold up, that's a terrible idea because he didn't like Jews.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't do it, but
that.
then a lot of people were asking, like, why? So this stuff sort of resurfaced.
Right.
Amanda Bowman, vice president of the Board of Deputies of British Jews, spoke out against Dahl, saying, quote, "The Royal Mint was absolutely correct to reject the idea of a commemorative coin for him. Many of his utterances were unambiguously anti-Semitic. He may have been a great children's writer, but he is also a racist, and this should be remembered."
Mm-hmm.
So also around this time, it's 2018, the J.K. Rowling stuff is pretty much coming to a head around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Seuss isn't being published. Like, his early works are being brought into question because he definitely did some propaganda stuff that wasn't great. Also, Trump is the president. We're talking about cancel culture. We're talking about wokeness, like blah, blah, blah. There was just sort of a lot of that kind of
rhetoric
cultural
hopping
stuff.
around.
Yes. In the 1993 book, Roald Dahl, a biography, author Jeremy Treglown wrote that Dahl was a man of contradictions. Quote, "He was famously a war hero, a connoisseur, a philanthropist, a devoted family man who had to confront an appalling succession of tragedies. He was also, as will be seen, a fantasist, an anti-Semite, a bully, and a self-publicizing troublemaker." Kind of hit on them all.
Yep.
So during World War II, he was a fighter pilot for the British.
Mm-hmm.
He got injured. I think he was serving in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He got in a plane crash. He got injured. He fucked up his back and like his head. And so they sent him to D.C. to be a British attaché.
Okay.
In July 1953, Dahl married Hollywood actor Patricia Neal, who later nicknamed him Roald the Rotten because of his alleged mistreatment of her.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he sounded like he was not super great to her. The couple settled in Great Missenden, England. This looks like a cute little cottage in an English countryside.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 5 children together. But in the midst of his writing career taking off, Dahl faced a series of family tragedies. This is so fucking sad. Ahead of the 1961 publication of James and the Giant Peach, Dahl's 4-month-old son, Theo, suffered a brain injury when his stroller, was hit by a taxi in New York City.
No. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's awful.
So he had some brain damage after that.
He lived?
Yeah.
Wow.
This was followed by the death of his eldest daughter, Olivia, of measles encephalitis at the age of 7 in November of 1962.
Oof.
Neal, so his wife, then suffered a series of strokes in February of 1965 from which she never fully recovered. They ended up divorcing in 1983, and he kind of right away married a set designer named Felicity Crosland, with whom he had allegedly had an 11-year affair. He also is quoted in an interview as saying, and this is one of many of his very blatantly anti-Semitic comments, but this one was just like, this one kind of sums it up for him. He says, quote, I mean, there's always a reason why anti-anything crops up anywhere. Even a stinker like Hitler didn't just pick on them for no reason.
Wow.
A stinker like Hitler.
That old stinker.
The fuck,
What
my
the
dude?
fuck are you even saying?
It was part of a long diatribe about how, these are all the valid reasons why everyone hates Jews.
No, I understand that that's what he's saying, but like, what are you saying?
I know, it's incredible. Yeah.
Uncool, bro.
So Dahl's children's books aren't considered notably anti-Semitic. However, his publishers, especially longtime editor Stephen Roxburgh, are credited with cutting racist and misogynist content from some of his most famous stories, including The Witches, which I didn't include in the notes, but he was like, really, it wasn't great about women in his first draft, shall we say. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the BFG, which stands for
Big Friendly
Giant. And
Big fucking guy.
His original description of the giant was like really bad, like stereotypes about African people, like the big lips and the whites of the eyes and like that. It was really obvious, intentionally trying to make this giant just hit on all of these racist tropes. So as for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Dahl's original portrayal of the Oompa Loompas, depicting them as African pygmies that Willy Wonka shipped to England, quote, in large packing cases with holes in them, had also been duly criticized for perpetuating racist ideologies.
Yup.
In the 1964 book, Wonka explains that he found the Oompa Loompas, quote, in the very deepest and darkest part of the African jungle where no white man had ever been before. This was in the 1964 version of this book.
Oh my God.
They were near starvation, living on vile caterpillars, so Wonka smuggled them to England for their own good.
No.
According to an article by Livia Gershon for JSTOR Daily.
Wow.
The wildly colonialist stereotyping apparently received little pushback until 1971 when plans were announced for a U.S. movie version of the book.
Damn.
So it wasn't until like the Gene Wilder project came along that someone read it and was like,
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So a lot of authors are real pricks.
Yeah, turns out, good
A
lord.
lot of them are racist. Like a lot.
Yup.
Anyway, that's all I have for you. I feel like that's enough.
Yeah. Really sets the tone for the rest of this really dark episode.
Okay, well,
Let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors.
sounds good. As a renter, paying my rent was definitely the biggest expense of the month. And it's almost 2026. And if you're still paying rent without Built, I don't know what is wrong with you. We cannot have that. Built is the loyalty program for renters that rewards you for your biggest monthly expense, which, of course, is rent.
With Built, every rent payment earns you points that can be used toward flights, hotels, Lyft rides, Amazon.com purchases, and so much more. And when you pay rent through Built, you unlock access to exclusive benefits from a network of more than 45,000 merchants. Just link your credit cards, spend at your favorite local spots, earn Built points on top of your regular card rewards, and get one step closer to that trip you wanted to take. Personally, I would redeem my points for travel. Like, honestly, with rent being that huge, massive expense, like make it work for you so that you're not just living to pay your rent. You're also living to give yourself a little treat every once in a while with a little boost from Built. Built points have been ranked the most valuable point currency by the Points Guy, and they just announced Built Cash, which is a way to unlock even more value from Built's partners. It's simple. Paying rent is better with Built, so earn rewards and finally get something back for being a renter.
Join the loyalty program for renters at joinbuilt.com/gals. That's JOINBILT.com/gals. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent ya.
Finding a therapist is tough, and like everything around us is tough. So why make everything harder? Like trying to find a therapist who actually takes your insurance. What? That's where most online therapy platforms really tend to fall short. And then a lot of times you'll start to make that progress and you'll look and it doesn't work with your insurance. And then that puts a wrench in things. And then you just kind of put it down and walk away. And then it might take a long time to come back and decide, I really do need to get into therapy. You gotta keep with it. And I know it's frustrating because a lot of online therapy services don't work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck paying the full cost out of pocket or like paying for an expensive monthly subscription. Let's not do that. Rula does things differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session. And that's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. Think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health. So why on earth wouldn't we do the same for our mental health?
Truly. And Rula isn't just affordable. The experience is tailored around you. Like they have your back. They want to see success. Other online therapy platforms might match you with just the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit. Rula considers your goals, preferences, and background to provide you with a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need, because they know that finding the right therapist does make all the difference. So you don't have to deal with wait lists. You don't have to have any frustrating back and forth. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who is accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow, which is crucial. Plus, Rula sticks with you throughout your journey, checking in to make sure that your care is helping you move forward.
Go to rula.com/gals to get started today. That's RULA.com/gals for quality therapy that's covered by insurance. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/gals to get started. After you sign up, you'll be asked how you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent ya. That's RULA.com/gals. You deserve mental health care that works with you and not against your budget. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know shit about Norman Mailer, which autocorrected to Normal Mailer. Norman Mailer. Outside of him being an irritating presence on the season 5, 6th episode of Gilmore Girls entitled Norman Mailer, I'm Pregnant. That's the only exposure to this man I had ever really had.
Did the context make sense?
I knew he was an author.
I mean, in the world of Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
Who's pregnant?
Yes.
I don't care.
It would be too much to explain.
I know.
So don't worry about it. But the ones who know. So, because our fan picker selected Norman Mailer, I now know too much about this man, who is famously described as an ego with an insecure streak.
Oh, great.
Always a good combo. Mailer's career spanned over 6 decades, producing 11 best-selling books and innovating the genre that we now call new journalism. Yet his artistic brilliance was often inseparable from his deeply disturbing personal life and his reactionary views.
Also a great combo.
Yes. Norman Mailer, born Nahem Malek Mailer, came into the world in Long Branch, New Jersey on January 31st, 1923. So, not 17... 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. Helen was 6 when Norman Mailer was born. He was raised in Brooklyn, first in Flatbush and then later in Crown Heights, and he grew up in a Jewish family of like pretty humble means. His father was an accountant and his mother ran a housekeeping agency. Mailer entered Harvard College in 1939 at the young age of 16. So he was like smart as a whip.
Wow. Okay.
Although he majored in engineering, he nurtured his literary ambitions by taking writing courses as electives. His talent surfaced early. He published his first story, The Greatest Thing in the World, in 1941, and it won Story Magazine's college contest. After graduating with honors in 1943, Mailer was drafted into the U.S. Army in early 1944, having failed to secure a deferral despite arguing he was writing, quote, an important literary work pertaining to the war. They were like, no, you gotta go.
It's a little too honest. Tell him he got bone spurs.
Yeah, that seems to work. His military service was in the Philippines and Japan and included serving as a reconnaissance platoon volunteer and engaging in firefights. So he did see some combat. And this time was deemed by Mailer as, quote, the worst experience of my life and also the most important. Okay. It was during this time that he laid the foundation for his breakout novel, based on approximately 400 letters that he wrote to his first wife, Beatrice Silverman, during his deployment. Mailer published The Naked and the Dead in 1948. The novel brought him instant renown and was a New York Times bestseller for 62 weeks, and this was the only one of his novels to ever reach the #1 spot. It was widely hailed as one of the best American wartime novels. I wouldn't know. I haven't read it. So, catapulted into immediate fame, Mailer became a force determined to break down barriers between popular, elite, and underground publications. His early novels, such as Barbary Shore of 1951 and The Deer Park in 1955, which later became a play, I guess, kept him in the public eye. However, the mid-1950s marked a pivotal shift into journalism and cultural commentary. So he kind of changed genres a little bit more, or I guess I would say got more into like his original genre that had made him famous, because he wrote these like novels, but they were from either places of personal experience, like the one he wrote during his deployment during the war, or pretty, for the time at least, like what was accessible, but pretty heavily researched historical thing. So it was kind of like Ryan Murphy's bullshit, where it's like he would write these like dramatizations of real events.
It's like historical fiction.
Yeah, kind of. And it like created this new version of writing, and people like went crazy for it. That's my understanding. And people are Norman Mailer either fans or Mailer haters alike, who actually know who this guy like followed this person's career or knew about this person's career much more than I did, are probably screaming. But like, that's what my limited capacity to research kind of made me think.
Okay.
So, okay. In 1955, Mailer was one of the 4 founders of the Village Voice, which was a weekly newspaper focused on arts and politics. So yes, I'm familiar with that too. So it's like, but I had never associated him as being a founder.
I thought he was. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we'll get to it, but it seems like the Village Voice is and was started to be sort of like a countercultural.
Yes, and that's very much where he was trying to like stake his claim, but like he wasn't a good dude and like didn't actually align with a lot of like the counterculture.
Yeah, because I feel like now I know his name. I recognize his name today more as like a punchline.
Right. Same. I don't know much, but I didn't know like anything about him.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was this shitty, because it's like, Gilmore Girls, what were you thinking having him on long after all of this craziness that we're about to get to? But
oh no.
Okay, so this period saw Mailer develop his unique style, often mingling autobiography, social commentary, history, fiction, and poetry. Now, I'm about to use an outdated term, and I apologize, but this is just what it is. So his famous 1957 essay entitled The White Negro introduced the hipster archetype.
There it is.
So, yeah, well, there's part of it. There's part of it, but that's not the big one, unfortunately.
Well, that's partly where I recognize his name from.
Mm-hmm. So this was like the first introduction of what like hipster culture, like early hipster culture was being critiqued as. Mm-hmm. So this introduced the hipster archetype, which he described as an individual who stands in existential opposition to the debilitating conformity of American society. It remains one of the most controversial and anthologized essays of the post-war period. There's obviously a lot to unpack about this essay, as there is about all of his work and behavior, and this particular piece of writing has been debated for decades, like since it was written, over whether or not it's racist. I can tell you the people who are saying it's not are typically not the people who get to decide.
Right.
So that's been going on since the moment it was
You're
published.
You're not on the committee.
Nope. But allow me to end that debate right now because James Baldwin literally said it was racist. So it's racist. So
it's racist.
We're going to go ahead and listen to James Baldwin on this one.
You know what?
And on all
I'm
things.
going to side with James on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the big risk here and side with literal James Baldwin.
James Baldwin, always a gamble.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
Rarely on the right side of history.
Yeah, right.
Famously on the wrong side.
Nevertheless, because enough people were like, it's not racist, Mailer quickly became a leading innovator of the creative nonfiction or new journalism genre. Mailer's career hit notable peaks in the late 60s and 70s. In 1968, he released a nonfiction novel. So, like, that's what I mean about that whole, like, Ryan Murphy thing. They're like dramatizations. This was called The Armies of the Night, and that detailed the 1967 anti-Vietnam War demonstration at the Pentagon. It was lauded for pioneering a new form of writing and was awarded both the Pulitzer Prize for Nonfiction and the National Book Award.
You know what's so fucking dumb that I just realized?
What?
That I just realized?
What?
I just remembered that I minored in creative nonfiction in college.
I'm sure
I've
you
still
were.
never heard of this man.
I mean, I'm sure you had.
Not never heard of him.
You probably studied him and then blocked him out because who fucking cares?
Probably.
Yep. There, I said it. Who fucking cares?
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a lot. It's, not as bad as Mists of Avalon. I'll give him that. But the bar is below the ground.
I don't even want to think about what would be worse than Mists of Avalon.
I don't know much that could be. So, Anyway, in 1979, The Executioner's Song was published. This real-life novel, so like, again, nonfiction novel or like dramatization, chronicled the life and death of convicted murderer Gary Gilmore. It earned Mailer his second Pulitzer. It's this time the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. And notably, while he was researching for The Executioner's Song and learning about this murderer, Gary Gilmore, he was contacted by a different murderer.
Oh my God.
Being like, or maybe it was right after the book came out. I don't know. Being like, hey, I heard about this book or I read this book. I thought you did a really good job like representing Gary Gilmore. I want you to write about me. And they like started exchanging letters, I guess. And we'll circle back to that. But just keep that in mind. One of my favorite Norman Mailer fun facts, which is also pertinent to what we're about to get into, is that in 1969, he ran an abysmal campaign for mayor of New York City. And in this, on his platform, like ranked pretty high, was him advocating for the city to secede and become the 51st state.
Oh my God.
It's either him.
I would have voted for him.
It's either him or Mamdani. I have no idea who to pick. Oh my God.
Who's James Baldwin voting for? Get me James Baldwin.
I think we, given the choices, we know exactly who James Baldwin would have voted for. But yeah, okay. So that didn't work out, but sparked something else bad. So, as we know, frustratingly, white patriarchy always seems to prevail because although Mailer's personal behavior and controversial ideology often dominated his public image, it had very little impact on his success until long after the fact. He has been consistently characterized as a great, if flawed, American writer, while also widely as a racist, sexist, homophobic reactionary, and an arch conservative, which means a person extremely averse to change and like clinging to traditional values.
Cool.
A major turning point in his life. What do you want to guess what a major turning point in his life was? Because
when Obama got elected.
Nope. A major turning point in his life was his infamous stabbing incident in 1960.
Oh, what?
Before going on to win several esteemed literary prizes, mind you. This happened in 1960.
I do love an infamous stabbing incident.
Well, Mailer literally fucking stabbed his second wife, artist Adele Morales, twice in the neck and chest with a penknife and nearly killed her. Yeah.
Not Adele.
Here's how it went down.
Oh my God.
Mailer and Morales hosted a large party the evening of November 19th, 1960, at their 250 West 94th Street apartment on the Upper West Side to celebrate their friend's birthday. It's like a prominent friend. I didn't know the person's name, but apparently that person was important. I don't care. I didn't include their name. Mailer wanted to run for mayor, as we knew, of New York City, and he wanted to informally announce his candidacy at this birthday party. So he's like, I'll host it because I want to use this as a venue to showcase my political strategy. And
then whoops, he ended up stabbing his wife in the neck.
We'll get to it. Oh, so he was using it as a venue to showcase his political strategy to, quote, meld the dispossessed with social, political, and artistic elites. So he curated the guest list to blend prominent city officials and members of elite society with a large group of, quote, disadvantaged persons from the city. What could go wrong?
Fuck.
Throwing a party for the oppressed and their oppressors all in one room with crudité.
Oh
with
my God.
Apps.
On the Upper West Side. Past apps. Welcome.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile...
Count the silverware.
No. Meanwhile, the alcohol flowed mostly through Mailer. Rather than facilitating connections between these two groups, the gathering became volatile, dominated by intoxicated and disruptive guests, but like none so much as Mailer himself. As the night went on, Mailer became physically confrontational and challenged multiple partygoers to fight.
Oh my God.
The situation deteriorated to the point that guests began leaving, reportedly fearing both general violence and Mailer's behavior.
Oh my God.
By around 3 a.m., party's still going. About 20 people are still there.
Oh God.
Mailer, drunk out of his gourd, was described as dividing guests, quote, on opposite sides of the room based on whether he considered them for or against him. So this side's for me, this side's against me. I'm running for mayor. Let's fucking go.
That's not a fun party game.
Where do you think he placed his wife?
Oh, no.
Among the against me crew.
Oh, my God.
When folks didn't want to fucking fight with him, Mailer left the apartment and began fighting people in the street. According to Adele Morales, quote, he didn't know who he was. He didn't know what his name was. He was so out of it.
Whoa.
At approximately 4:30 a.m., Mailer returned with a black eye and a torn shirt, apparently having gotten what he wanted out on the street. There are still 5 or 6 guests in the house, and they witness him return home and then start fighting with his wife because she's in the against me group.
Yeah.
That he put her in. She was like, I'm staying out of this. And he was like, you're against me. Get on that side of the room.
Oh, my Lord.
Now I have to go fight people in the street. Now I'm back, but I'm still mad.
Yeah.
Around
fight you.
Yup. Around 5 a.m., November 20th, 1960, he took out a 2.5-inch long penknife and went at his wife, stabbing her in the upper abdomen and back.
Jesus.
One stab wound was later described as 3 inches deep and 3/4 of an inch wide, quote, a thrust near the heart.
Oh.
Mailer reportedly said to guests, quote, don't touch her, let the bitch die.
Oh my God.
However, the guest sought assistance from his neighbor, who is another novelist named Doc Humes, and he lived in the apartment downstairs. So he comes upstairs and assesses the situation, calls Adele Morales' mother, and as well as Norman Mailer's sister, and tells them, like, get over here. He's gone fucking nuts. Something bad has happened. They get there.
Yeah.
And then they call an ambulance, which takes Adele Morales to University Hospital, where she was admitted around 8 a.m. Mailer stayed back in the couple's apartment with their then 14-month-old daughter.
No.
Yup.
Get her out of there.
And refused to let anyone enter, including relatives and private psychiatric help, until his sister, Barbara, explained the severity of the situation. So Barbara was like, listen, this is not good. You have to come out of that house and you have to, like, let us come in and take the baby. Like, you're gonna have to talk to the police. This is a bad situation. Because, like, Adele is really fucking hurt. Like, she's in the hospital. By the time Morales' mother could come and take the baby, Mailer had left. Morales?
With her?
No. It sounds like they got the baby. Mailer had just left.
Okay.
Morales was in critical condition while at University Hospital, convinced by that same friendly neighbor, Doc Humes, who came upstairs, assessed the situation, didn't call for an ambulance right away, but instead called family members to come, which already gave me major red flag vibes.
Yeah.
But I guess he had gone to talk to her. It was either before she went to the hospital. I think it was. That's like part of why he called people to come over, is like, we have to put together a story. So we're going to do that right now. And then we're going to get you an ambulance. So he had convinced her to initially tell doctors at the hospital that she had fallen on glass, and denied that Norman was ever involved in any of her injuries.
The neighbor?
The neighbor convinced Adele to not.
So the neighbor's covering up for Norman.
Yeah. Yeah. The following day, Mailer appeared for an interview with Mike Wallace for WNTA TV. During this interview, I guess he, like, wasn't talking about this. Oh, no. He wasn't talking about, like, the exact details of what happened, but being, like, really vague about it. But
the night before?
Yeah. And I guess he said in this interview, because there were, like, rumors about what had happened, he made some, like, literary, fancy talk to describe knives as a symbol of manhood, and also continue on his campaign for mayor, and said that the incident, whatever that incident may be, does not disqualify me from candidacy. So it's like he didn't quite admit to stabbing her on air, but, like, basically did. It was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't disqualify me.
Yeah. If I did it.
Right. Yeah, it's giving. So on November 21st, 1960, while still at the hospital, Adele Morales finally did reveal to the police that Mailer stabbed her. He was arrested later that night when he arrived at the hospital to visit her. The following day, on November 22nd, 1960, he appeared in court to face a felonious assault charge for the stabbing. But instead of, like, seeing out all of those charges, he was committed to Bellevue Hospital and never saw a day in prison for his crime. He pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of assault and received 3 years probation, stating, quote, I feel I did a lousy, dirty, cowardly thing.
Okay.
I can really feel the remorse.
Yeah.
This incident has been a focal point for critics who point to themes of sexual violence in Mailer's work. The couple divorced in 1962. Adele Mailer continued to paint in an abstract expressionist style and experimented with box assemblages and collages later on in her career. She also...
I love collages.
I know, me too. She also appeared on several off-Broadway productions, including Mailer's theatrical adaptation of that novel, The Deer Park, in 1967, and in the 1970 film Maidstone, written, produced, and directed by Norman Mailer. So she continued to work with him.
Oh my God.
A little bit on and off. And
Okay.
I guess they did have they had an older child and the baby that was there that night together. After their two daughters graduated from college, Norman Mailer reduced his ex-wife's alimony dramatically, and she lived in a rent-stabilized one-bedroom apartment on the Upper East Side for the rest of her life, struggling to make ends meet. Quote,
You piece of shit.
I know. Quote, I can't believe I've come to this, and a lot of that is due to him because Mailer won't help me. She told the New York Times in 2007, I'm living in poverty. And one of her daughters, I guess their daughters, said, quote, I see her as a tragic figure, but an artist to the core. And that was from her daughter, Danielle, who is also a visual artist. And she said that about her mother, who died in 2015 at 90 years old. Danielle. So at least she fucking outlived this asshole, but he was terrible to her until pretty much the very end.
He shit all over her the whole time.
He tried to kill her and then like ruined her life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
God damn.
But go off, King. Make your Gilmore Girls cameo. I just hate him so much.
Yeah.
The controversy deepened later in his career when Mailer couldn't just shut the fuck up and go quietly into the night, and instead decided to intervene in the case of convicted killer Jack Abbott in 1980. So just to give you like the rough and dirty overview of Jack Abbott, here's the quick snippet from our girl Wikipedia. Quote, with a long history of criminal convictions, Abbott's writing concerning his life and experiences, like he was writing about his experiences, and either he was sending some of that stuff to Mailer or Mailer got a hold of it and liked it. But this killer's writing was lauded by author Norman Mailer. Due partly to lobbying by Mailer and others on Abbott's behalf, Abbott was released from prison in 1981, where he was serving sentences for forgery, manslaughter, and bank robbery. Abbott's memoir, In the Belly of the Beast, was published with positive reviews soon after his release. In the Belly of the Beast is a compilation of all those letters that they exchanged that Norman Mailer helped like compile into a book and then release it.
Okay, so Norman Mailer didn't write this book. He just sort of like co-produced it.
Yeah, because it was based off of letters that he and Abbott were writing to each other while Abbott was in prison. It was published with positive reviews soon after his release. 6 weeks after being paroled from prison, Abbott stabbed and killed a waiter outside of a New York City cafe.
Jesus Christ.
Abbott was convicted and sent back to prison, where he died by suicide in 2002.
Oh my God.
Mailer, after the fact, conceded that his involvement was an episode in his life in which he could find, quote, nothing to cheer about or nothing to take pride in.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He really speaks from the heart. You can really tell, like, the remorse when he does fucked up shit.
It's super authentic.
It was a cowardly thing I did where I stabbed my wife 5 times. Yeah.
Jesus.
It sure was, boss.
Oh my God.
So here's some other things I hate about this guy is of trying to kill a woman and lobbying for another killer to go free, only to kill again. Checks notes immediately. Wasn't enough, you know.
God.
And he's racist on top of all of that. It's like,
of course he is. Of course he is.
But he also hates women. Well, we knew that because he tried to kill his wife. He was a, quote, hysterical opponent of contraception and abortion.
I like the choice of words.
Yep, me too. He complained bitterly about, quote, the womanization of America. And exhibited a, quote, pathological fear of a femininity he regarded as passive and threatening at the same time.
What? Who wrote this?
A lot of it is other authors that have been studying his work forever, and some of it is like stuff he said. He talked about the womanization of America. He infamously claimed that, quote, oh, you're going to love this. He infamously claimed that, quote, a little bit of rape is good for a man's soul.
Oh, just a bit of rape.
Just a touch.
Good for a man's soul.
I
Keeps you fresh.
can't.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's some sick shit.
A little bit of rape
Yep.
is good for
A man's soul.
Wow.
He made comments suggesting that homosexuality was spreading due to a lack of faith in the notion of oneself as a man. You're just not, you don't think you're man enough, so you're gay now.
You're gay now.
That's what it is. That's how it works.
Yes, if you're a gay man, you must want to be a woman.
But I do love this.
He's so boomery.
Yeah, and the people, like, one of these articles that I got most of this from is from a publication that put up a blog post. Airship Daily put up a blog post that just says worst Norman Mailer quotes. So I do love when the Norman Mailer haters are the ones that like are making the list because it's going to be so great.
They hit.
But this one says, his relentless machismo sometimes felt out of place in a man who was reportedly quite small, though perhaps that was where the aggression originated. He's a short king.
Little Napoleon.
Yep. He also like went after other authors because he was just like this egotistical fucking dickweed. On a 1971 taping of the Dick Cavett Show, a belligerent and intoxicated Mailer headbutted fellow author Gore Vidal backstage and then engaged in a widely publicized on-air altercation referring to his own greater intellect.
Oh, I love that.
It reminds me of Ariana in early Vanderpump Rules. I'm smarter than you. I'm prettier than you. I'm funnier than you. It's like, that's Norman Mailer to Gore Vidal.
Get over it.
Get over it. I'm smarter than you. I'm prettier than you. I'm funnier than you. Get over it. Okay, Norman Mailer. Fuck off, King. Fuck off.
Wow.
Obviously, this is by no means an extensive list of how much this dude sucks, but like, there you go. You get the picture. I'm gonna wrap it up.
I get it.
Anyway, he died on November 10th, 2007, at the age of 84 due to acute renal failure. Mailer was a figure who was consistently and simultaneously celebrated and reviled throughout his lengthy career. Considered by many to be a, quote, flawed genius, he certainly proved that in literature, ego and intellect could create enduring works, even if the man himself was often difficult to admire.
Well, that's putting it mildly.
It really is, because this guy was a piece of shit.
Leave it to a writer to stab his wife with a penknife.
I know. Like, come on, dude.
He probably planned it.
This is embarrassing for you.
I know.
And no,
this is bad
you're
writing.
Not gonna be the mayor of New York City.
Oh yeah, well, how did his election turn out?
Not good.
I love that he stabbed his wife on the eve of his campaign announcement party.
His soft launch. It wasn't even his hard launch. It was his soft launch.
It was just the soft launch.
Let's just say
he got trashed and tried to kill his wife.
He did way worse than Eric Adams did in this most recent New York campaign.
Okay.
So that should tell you.
He didn't even run.
He did run, and then he dropped out like immediately. So yeah.
That's what I mean. He wasn't like on the ballot.
Right. So that's Norman Mailer, and there's definitely more, but it's already an hour and a half. We got it. I have to go.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know who Norman Mailer is.
Yeah, and
probably why he was scrubbed from my textbooks.
Just skip that episode of Gilmore Girls. Spoiler alert, Suki finds out she's pregnant and she's serving Norman Mailer at the restaurant because he won't go away. And so he's the first one to know that she's pregnant. There, I spoiled it. It was 20 years ago.
So he was super fucking old. He was actually on the show.
Yes, and his son was on the show too. And he was on the show as Norman Mailer. And he was like being interviewed by a reporter for like a retrospective of his life. And the kid who played the reporter was his IRL son.
Oh my God.
And it's a really annoying episode. It's a really annoying episode. He's like such a pain in the ass customer. They are kind of like ripping on him a little bit. in the show, but like knowing what I know now about this fucking guy, they never should have put him on there. What? That was crazy work. What were you thinking?
Probably
Amy
not.
Sherman Palladino. What the fuck were you thinking? Girl, what?
It reminds me of when O.J. Simpson had that prank show.
What? He did?
Yeah, baby. Yeah. This is in my top 3 episodes. I'm saying 3, I'm holding up 4 of This American Life. I think the whole episode is called Too Soon. He had a prank show that was like pay-per-view. And then he would prank people by like showing up as himself, as O.J. Simpson in like weird situations. And then he'd say, "You just got juiced."
Juiced?
And some people are like, "Didn't you kill your girlfriend?"
Holy shit.
It's insane. It's my favorite piece of O.J. Simpson lore.
I really need to listen to that episode of This American Life. Real bad.
Too soon, OJ. I'm going to tell you exactly what episode number it is. All right, it's episode number 564.
Oh my God. I'm texting it to you so I can remember.
It's incredibly entertaining. Yeah, episode 564. Too soon? Question mark.
Holy shit. Well, I know what I'm doing tonight. I have to go.
Yeah, get on it. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, please come join us on Uncorked. We have so much fun and there's so much content.
So much.
Thanks for listening and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Like what you see?
Check out more episodes and become a member to unlock exclusive content.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.